It was the wildest film ever made, which saw up to 100 cast and crew attacked by wild apes. Today marks 40 years since Mad movie Roar was released. Dubbed the ferocious comedy, it was 11 years in the making, and with 150 lions, tigers and other big cats involved, it puts Joe Exotic's zoo to shame. The movie, which starred a young Melanie Griffith and her mum Tippi Hedren, saw a constant stream of disasters during filming, with around 100 people, including the film's stars, injured in multiple animal attacks. Director and actor Noel Marshall almost lost an arm when he was bitten by a lion, while Tippi contracted gangrene and was mauled in the head. A crew member was scalped, while another almost lost an ear. But how did such a dangerous movie even make it into production? The Bird's actress Tippi and her husband Marshall came up with the idea for Roar in 1969 when they came across an abandoned plantation house in Gorongosa National Park, Mozambique, while she was filming Satan's Heart. The house was overrun by a pride of lions, and the pair wanted to document the plight of big cat. They began adopting and breeding lions in their LA home, living alongside the pack for 6 years to get material for the film's script. Roar tells the story of Hank Marshall, a wildlife conservationist who lives with his wife Madeleine, played by Tippi, and their children on a reserve in Tanzania. But two rival male lions battle for domination, causing the creatures to turn on the family. Filming started in California in 1976 and was scheduled to last 6 months, but due to many difficulties it would go on for 5. One scene where Hank and his friend Mativo rode in a car containing 2 tigers took 7 weeks to complete, as the animals had to be trained to stand while being driven. Injuries to the cast started immediately. Marshall's son John said a lion pounced on him on one of the first. I looked up and there was blood on his teeth, he recalled recently. It took 6 guys to pull him off me and I got 56 stitches. I had to work with that lion on and off for 5 years because we kept running out of money. Due to the large number of untrained animals on the set, within 2 years of filming commencing there were 48 injuries to people. It was estimated that out of the crew of 140, at least 70 were injured, but John Marshall said he believes the number to be more. Get latest news headlines delivered free despite her mum and stepdad being behind Roar. Melanie quit after getting caught in a fight between. She needed 50 stitches after a lioness attacked her, and she almost lost an eye. Her reason for leaving, unsurprisingly, was that she didn't want to come out of this with half of. She was replaced by actress Patsy Nedd, but did return to reshoot some scenes. Tippi even suffered a severe injury after being picked up in an African elephant's trap. She fractured her ankle and contracted gangrene. A few days earlier, the elephant, Tembo, had knocked his trainer into a tree, causing her to break. During a promo shoot in 1973, a lion also mauled her head and scraped its teeth against her skull. Director Marshall was bitten through the hand by a lion, and he was later hospitalized with blood poisoning after sustaining injuries to his face. Jan de Bond, Roar's cinematographer, needed 220 stitches after a lion scalped him. Then, Togar, one of the lead lions, bit assistant director Doron Copper in his throat and jaw and even tried to pull off one of his. With further injuries to his scalp, chest and thigh, Copper was in a grave condition and needed to have 4.5 hours of surgery. Following this, 20 crew members walked out. An outbreak of illness struck the lions and tigers, with 14 dying. Then in February 1978 filming was hit by a further problem when the set was flooded due to a burst dam. 4 crew members had to be rescued from 10 feet of water, 15 big cats escaped, with 3 being shot by local law enforcement, and there was more than £2 million. Finally, Roar was screened for the first time on February 22, 1981. But it wasn't released in the US as Tippi said distributors had asked for the lion's share of the profits, which she wanted to use to provide a home for the animal. She was true to her word. In 1983, she founded a charity called the Roar Foundation, and established the Shambhala Preserve Sanctuary in California, which became a home for the big cats. 2 years later she published a ghost-written memoir about the on-set disasters called The Cats of Sh. Despite performing well in Germany and Japan, Roar was a box office failure elsewhere. It grossed just £1.5 million worldwide, compared to the £12 million spent on it. But it recently became a cult classic after Tim Leake, the founder of Austin-based production company Drafthouse Films, bought the rights in 2015 and released it. The tagline was, "No animals were harmed during the making of Roar." But 70 members of the cast and crew. Tippi, now 91, still lives alongside lions on the Shambhala.